Hi everyone, and welcome back to Compassionate Yoga for Autoimmune Care. This practice is designed to gently awaken your energy and reconnect with your inner vitality. If at any point during the practice your body asks for stillness or rest, feel free to pause the video and return to your practice whenever you're ready. So for this practice, I suggest having a folded towel or blanket close by. So we'll begin by lying down in constructive rest position. So come onto your back, bend your knees, placing your feet wider than hips distance, and allow your knees to rest together. Rest your arms and hands anywhere that's comfortable, and use this time to settle into your practice. Bring your awareness to the parts of your body that are in contact with the floor and begin to invite some softness into those areas. Now bring your palms together and rub your hands until they feel warm and energized. Spend a few seconds doing this. And once your palms are feeling nice and warm, cup each palm over your closed eyes, avoiding pressure on the eye sockets, and allowing your fingertips to rest lightly on your forehead. Allow your eyes to soften as you feel the warmth and darkness that you've created. And take a few full and complete rounds of breath here. When you're ready, slowly slide your hands away from your eyes, keeping them closed for now. And place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly, and notice any warming sensations that the palms have on those parts of the body. Take a few moments to observe your hands rising and falling as you breathe in and out. Bring your feet back to center and allow your arms to rest at your sides with the palms facing down. Engage your core muscles, and as you inhale, raise the arms overhead. And as you exhale, lower the arms back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, raise the arms. And exhale to lower. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Now draw your heels a little closer to your sitting bones and anchor your feet into the mat. As you inhale, raise your arms and lift your hips just a couple of inches off the mat. Exhale, slowly lower everything back down. Inhale to lift the hips and arms. And exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. draw your knees to your chest and maybe rock side to side a couple of times if that feels okay on your lower back. We'll now transition into 5-pointed star pose by extending the legs and taking them as wide as is comfortable for you today. Also extend your arms out a little higher than shoulder height. But if your shoulders are feeling a little tender, you can try taking the arms to shoulder height or maybe even bending the elbows. Find a position that works for you. Now engage your arms and legs by stretching them in opposite directions for a breath or two. Maybe point and flex the feet a few times. And now relax all your muscles and settle into your shape, allowing the breath to flow freely in and out of the body. Begin to notice any sensations in your body. You might notice a gentle opening sensation across the chest and shoulders, or maybe even across the front of the hips. So we'll spend a few moments here, continuing to scan the body for any new sensations and breathing naturally, allowing the body to breathe itself. And start to prepare to transition out of the pose by bending each knee one at a time and returning to constructive rest position just for a couple of breaths. Now draw your knees to your chest and roll to one side, pausing there. And when you're ready, we'll meet in a comfortable seat, ideally with your hips a little higher than your knees. So if you have a block or a folded blanket or towel, feel free to sit on that. Now take your arms out to the sides and rest your fingertips on the mat. As you inhale, slowly sweep your right arm in front to make a big circle and exhale it around and back down. Inhale to the top and exhale back around. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Next time you're at the top, pause here and lengthen through the right side of your body, letting your right sitting bone stay grounded and heavy, and maybe walking your left hand further away from your torso. Draw the right shoulder back to create space at the heart center, and take a few rounds of breath here. Breathing into the right side of the rib cage and lengthening through the right side of your torso. On your next inhale, come back to center and we'll move to side 2. Inhale the left arm up and exhale it round and down. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Inhale, exhale. And the next time you're at the top, bend to the right and anchor the left sitting bone to the floor, drawing the left shoulder back to broaden the chest and breathe. This time sending the breath to the left side of the rib cage. And inhale everything back to center. On your next inhale, raise your arms slightly to the side and exhale, slowly turn to the right. Inhale to center and exhale, turn to the left. Inhale back to center and exhale to the right side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, center. And next time you twist to the right, hold here and rest the back of your left hand on the outer edge of your leg and turn your head to the right. So this is a gentle twist. We're not forcing anything here, just allowing the body to move within its natural range of motion. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, turn to the left, pressing the back of the right hand against the left thigh and turning your head to the left. And take a few slow and steady breaths. And on your next inhale, bring everything back to center and rest your palms on your knees. Close your eyes and with a sense of curiosity and kindness, check in with your energy. How are you feeling in this moment? Now open your eyes and we'll meet on all fours. And once you're in tabletop, just check that your shoulders are directly over your wrists and have your knees about hips width apart. If your knees are feeling a little tender, you might like to slide a blanket or towel underneath for extra cushioning. Now begin to circle your hips like you're drawing slow, wide circles with your pelvis. There's no rush here. We're still just gently awakening the body. And allow the movement to be as big or as small as you like. And after 3 or 4 slow circles one way, reverse direction using the same steady pace. And when you feel even on both sides, return to stillness in tabletop. So double check that your shoulders are over your wrists and your hips are over your knees. Gently press your palms into the floor to protract the shoulders slightly. As you inhale, slowly lift the chest. As you exhale, round the spine and send the hips back into child's pose. Inhale back into cow. Tuck your toes and send your hips up and back into downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale, slowly lower your knees, lifting the chest and tailbone into cow. Untuck your toes and exhale, rounding the spine into child's pose. Inhale back to cow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lower your knees and lift the chest. Exhale, rounding the spine to child's pose. Inhale, back to cow. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming into cow. Exhale, child's pose. And let's stay in an active child's pose here for a few breaths, extending the arms in front of you and maybe coming up onto your fingertips if you'd like to feel a little extra activation in the arms and shoulders. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. Breathing into the back body and softening the belly as you exhale. On your next inhale, rise into cow, lifting the chest and tailbone. And exhale to downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, start to bend your knees one at a time, moving in a way that feels right for your body today. So walking out each leg, maybe bending both knees at the same time, and then extending the heels towards the mat. So bend the knees and then extend the heels as you straighten. Now find some stillness in the pose just for a couple of rounds of breath. On your next inhale, come back to tabletop, so a neutral spine position. And slowly make your way down to your mat, resting on your belly. And once you're on your front, fold your forearms in front of you and lower your forehead to your arms. And if it feels okay on your lower back, you might like to rock your pelvis side to side to release any tension in your lower back. Now give yourself a few moments to adjust to this new position. And just spend a couple of breaths here. Place your palms face down under the shoulders and draw your elbows in towards your body. Slide the shoulders away from the ears and tuck the chin slightly to keep the back of the neck long. Gently press the tops of your feet into the mat. And as you inhale, activate your back muscles and lift the chest, keeping the chin tucked. Exhale to lower. We're only lifting a couple of inches. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now go ahead and turn your head and rest it on your arms for a couple of breaths. And allow the whole back body to soften. And when you're ready, return your head back to center. And this time gently press your pelvis into the mat and activate your lower back muscles. Point your toes as you extend through the legs and draw the heels and inner thighs together. As you inhale, lift your legs an inch or two off the floor and exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now turn your head to the opposite side as before and rest for a couple of breaths. Now, if your body is telling you to rest, please go ahead and rest your head on your arms. But if you'd like a little extra movement, even one round might be enough for you today. Bring your palms under your shoulders and point your toes to engage the legs. This time, as you inhale, raise the chest and legs together. Exhale everything back down. Keeping the chin tucked, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Stack your arms in front of you and allow your forehead to rest once again on your forearms. And as you allow your breath to settle, lightly scan your body for any new sensations. Begin to slowly rise back up into all fours. And once you're in tabletop, inhale and exhale your hips back into child's pose. And we'll take a couple of rounds of breath here. Your arms can be extended out in front. They can be alongside your body with your palms facing up, or they can be stacked underneath your forehead. And breathing in to the back body, allowing the back to expand as you inhale. And feeling the belly soften against the thighs as you exhale. Now place the palms of your hands under your shoulders and slowly roll yourself up, lifting the shoulders and head only once you've arrived at the top. When you're there, make your way onto your back, moving back into constructive rest pose with your feet wider than your hips and your knees touching. Extend your arms out to a T shape and exhale your knees over to one side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, taking them to the other side, and continue moving in this way to the rhythm of your own breath. Next time you're at the top, draw your knees towards your chest, releasing through the lower back. So you can stay here with your knees hugged towards your chest, but if it's available to you today, we'll transition into happy baby pose. So you can hold on to either your ankles or the inner edges of the feet or the outer edges of the feet. And have your ankles over your knees. And as you flex through your heels, gently draw your knees towards your armpits. Extend your spine by lengthening your tailbone down towards the mat and softly engage your core muscles. Maintain length in the back of your neck and maybe rock side to side if that feels okay. To come out of the pose, lower your feet one by one back to the mat. Now extend your legs one at a time, allowing them to rest at hips distance. Allow your arms to rest at your sides a little wider than your shoulders, with the palms facing up. And let yourself melt into the floor for a few quiet moments before starting your day. Couple more breaths here. And start to bring some movement into your fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead, point and flex your toes a few times. And draw your knees towards your chest and roll to one side. And pause here for a few moments before returning to a comfortable seated position. Let's invite a little more space and energy into the body by rolling the shoulders back a few times. Bring the hands to prayer position at the heart center. On your next inhale, raise the arms up into a V shape and exhale your hands back to heart center. Inhale, raise the arms towards the sky. Exhale, back to prayer. Once more, inhale, lifting the chest, and exhale, come to prayer. And with your hands in prayer, close your eyes or lower your gaze and take a moment to set a kind and compassionate intention for the rest of your day. And we'll close the practice with 3 full rounds of breath taken in your own time. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. I hope this practice helped awaken some gentle energy in your body. Thank you so much for beginning your day with me.